last time this season to go over the season with me is the Braehead coach, Drew Bannister. Drew, thanks for joining us. Well, what's your overriding emotion of the whole season looking back on it now?
I mean, certainly when you're sitting here today and you've had a few days off to sit back and think about how the season went, and certainly I think we made strides, and we're going in the right direction, and I think it's a positive thing for us to see how our team progressed since Christmas time, and towards the end of the season how well we were playing. Obviously a disappointment how it ended in the playoffs, but we lost to a good team in Nottingham, and a team that most likely might win the final. So I think when you look back at it and you look at the experience some of our British guys probably take from that, you're not going to win a championship right away. There's got to be some learning experiences as you go along, and certainly that's a learning experience we had on Saturday in Nottingham, and hopefully we'll be better for it. And I really believe that with our young guys, the way they progress this year, and where I see us going, or the team going, that this team has a bright future ahead.
Now, you talked at length in the past about getting the Brits in, giving them the experience. Guys like Adam Walker and Matt Haywood and all that, you kind of inherited them from Bruce Richardson. What have you made of their progress this season?
Well, I mean, I didn't know a lot about either of them before I came in, but certainly from the beginning of the year, I was impressed with them as players. But there's certainly their progress from September till now has been. They've really made big steps, I believe. I really think in their game, and again, still young. We saw games where they were excellent, and we saw games where they struggled. But that all goes with maturity, and as they age, their games will become more complete, and as that goes, and as the team progresses and those guys mature, the team's only going to get better, and certainly they're a big part of this team moving forward. And what I believe with the British players, you have to have a strong core if you're going to be able to compete with the top tier teams in the league.
Now, what have you made of your first year here in Glasgow? Obviously, your first time up here, staying for any great length of time. What have you made of Glasgow as a city, and obviously Braehead as a team?
Well, I mean, as a city, I'm certainly pleasantly surprised with the city. You can kind of think of Glasgow as a blue-collar town or city, and not being here before, but it certainly has a lot to offer for everybody, especially families. But the downtown area and the parks and the attractions and things that go on in the city and close by to the city, where you can jump in a car and spend a day somewhere. It's been great for myself and my family, and we certainly enjoyed living in the city and living where we did. And certainly we're lucky to have that opportunity for sure. And with the hockey team, certainly it was a big adjustment for me early on, and you learn a lot, and you make mistakes and you learn from them and you move on. Certainly it's something that I want to do going forward as being a coach. It was a big step for me to come in and take over the team, and I appreciate Neil and Kirsty the opportunity to be able to do that. And but it was certainly a great experience for me. Again, it's always a privilege to be involved in the game of hockey at a professional level, and I believe that to the day I finish playing. Privileged to play with guys and meet new guys and new characters, and I just feel very, very lucky to be able to be part of the team, and then to play the game of hockey.
Now, what's been your highlight of your first year here at Braehead? Is there a game that stands out for you as one you're particularly proud of, or is there anything in a match?
What comes to my mind is the game that we had in Hull on the road. When we were down guys up front, and then we lost Jackal and then in warm up, and Mike Will stepped in, and we had guys step up for 20 minutes and perform for us immensely, and it was a turning point, I think, in our team. and belief to what we could do, and regardless of who was in our lineup. And we started believing ourselves from then on, I think, and we were a different hockey team from then.
Now, let's talk about Hull for a wee second. Your own team are playing in the playoffs this weekend. What did you make of their progression into the finals?
Well, certainly, I mean, Hull struggled quite a bit this year, and made it into the playoffs in the last weekend. Basically, they were kind of safe there for after Christmas, but things got tighter with Dundee moving up and with Edinburgh moving back. So, but certainly you can see what can happen. I mean, everybody can win in a 2-game series, and it's not always the best team, but certainly, give Hull a lot of credit. And, extremely happy for that hockey team. They've gone through a lot of tough things this year, and it goes to show the character they have, and the coach and the players who got there to be able to make that step. And I'll certainly be there watching them and cheering them on when I'm down there.
Good stuff. Now, the last question, I kind of know the answer to this because we spoke to Kirsty a short time ago. I believe negotiations are kind of between you and Neil Blackwell about whether or not you're staying next year. Yeah. In an ideal world, would you stay here?
In an ideal world, yeah, if things were, the way I wanted it. So certainly I believe that something will get done one way or the other very soon, I think. And certainly I've expressed interest in staying, but it'll be under my terms. But in the end, Neil's he's the owner, and he's the one that makes the decisions. Certainly we've had conversations about it. It'll be up to him. Certainly I've expressed what I want to do with the team and moving forward, and that I want to be a part of it. But again, that's his decision in the end. And regardless of what happens, like I said, I enjoyed my time here, and I appreciate what Neil and Kirsty has given me the opportunity to coach the team here. And so whatever happens, we'll move on, and certainly they'll be better for it. They'll be a good hockey team. And I'll always land on my feet, and I'll find the next step and challenge in my life.
You're saying the next step and challenge. You told the fans forum there you were thinking of giving up playing, given the age you are, and things don't heal as quickly as they used to.
Yeah.
Would a decision to stay here link in with what you're doing in your play career?
Yeah, certainly. I'm undecided if I will play next year. If I do play, it'll be in a small capacity. And that's where Neil has to make a decision if he's going to bring me back as a coach in 11 years. And it all comes down to budget with the team, and I understand that. It is difficult because we're not a big budget team that we can carry 10 guys and an extra guy, and that'll come down to what decision Neil wants to move forward with the team. And I think as a player, for me, I certainly can play in the league. That's not an issue with me. I know I can play, and I know I can be one of the top defensemen in the league. It's an issue of, like I said, the rest, I'm trying to make a step further in my career and become a coach. And I think for me to better the team would be to focus all my energy on being a coach. And I think that's, for me, I see the team going forward, if I'm part of it, would be as a coach and what I'm doing.
On behalf of the fans, thank you for everything this season, Drew, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.